Hello, welcome to DuckTales inside DuckDuckGo, features, people, etc. You got me as the host again, this time the founder and CEO of DuckDuckGo. And I got Esteban with me today. Esteban, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Esteban. Hi, Gabriel. Esteban, I'm a designer in the team. I work on Duck.ai stuff.
Sweet. And that's what we're talking about today, Duck.ai, and in particular, kind of new features we've been introducing around conversation organization. That Esteban has been designing and working on, and we've been releasing kind of a few of these over the last couple months. You want to just jump in? You want to share your screen and walk us through it? And
Sure.
I realize we have some of this on audio now only, so let's also try to describe what we're seeing while we do it. I'll do the same thing.
Noted. Yes, for sure. Let me just share my screen, and I'll walk you through a few of the things that we recently launched. Yes. So if you're like me, you have tons of like conversations going at the same time. What we have seen from users is that people who are very engaged with our platform, they end up having tons of conversations, and then sometimes it's harder to get back to them and to find the one that you needed. So we launched 3 things. The first one, I'll show you an example. I was trying to see if I should ask you for a promotion during this podcast. Clearly, no. But the cool thing was that
Good answer.
yeah, I will wait for a better time. The first thing that we shipped was that we had a title. The title of our chats were basically the same first prompt. It was just duplicated. So that will make it harder to read. So the first thing that we launched was this automatic titling. We're using the LLM to come up with a better title at the top, so it's easier to find.
So this is similar to how ChatGPT and some other competitors are doing it, right? So like we used to do, just to repeat, so I understand fully, I think I do, having reviewed this when it launched, but just to make sure, we used to just literally repeat the prompt as your title, like the beginning of the prompt, and so that it was kind of weird sometimes and duplicated sometimes. But now we run in the background something that summarizes it for you,
Yes.
and then automatically does this. You don't have to do anything, right?
Exactly. And for example, I'm trying a new one. What day is today? That's my prompt, and then immediately what I get as a title is date today. The one thing is that sometimes the title is not exactly what you will call it. Like maybe date today is not super descriptive, so we added this manual option. No, so we can say I don't know, date today, Thursday.
Right. So if
Simple
you
but
want to do
useful.
whatever you want, like if you don't like our casing or something,
Yeah.
if you want everything in lowercase or whatever, you can just rename
Exactly.
it at will. Yeah.
Yes. So up to you how you want to name stuff. It's very helpful when you have like several chats about something similar, but you want to have it personalized so it's easier to find. So super simple, nothing that I don't know. It's blowing innovation in a way, but very useful. The second one is we noticed how lots of our users were asking us for ways to save conversations and find new conversations faster. We also have a limit of how many conversations you can have. Right now, there's just 30 chats. After the 30th chat, the next one gets deleted. We're working on that, but we wanted to offer a way for you to say what's important for you and what are the things that you want to come back to it. So I don't know, this one, let's say it's something that I was working on today, but I wanna come back to it. I just add it to the top of the list by pinning it. So now it's pinned at the top, and it will always be there. It also means that if Duck.ai needs to delete one of your chats, it will go to the last one on the list, and this one will not get deleted. You can pin up to 5 chats right now. And yeah, it's always accessible, always at the top, easy to reach.
Got it. So it's kind of the equivalent of like a favorite or a star or a pin in this case. All of these things are
Exactly.
accessible from this three dot hover menu next to the chat to the individual chat, and then also you're saying, which is good, that because the reason why we have the 30 limit at the moment is because all this is stored locally on your browser. It's not actually
Correct.
stored on our servers. We're working on an encrypted storage that we won't have the keys to, where you can get a much higher limits on it. But at the moment, or if you just want to keep it local, there is a local limit because your browser has storage limits. But what this will allow you to do is keep ones around that you really want around, right? So you're saying if you favorite these or pin them, in our words here, you have a pin section at the top. But if you start making a lot of chats, the non-pin ones will get kind of blown away first.
Exactly. Exactly. There we have plenty of requests about chat organization, and some people are going as far as like, I want to create projects, I want to create groups, I want to organize my stuff, which is, it all makes total sense. And I guess up to a point you need those sort of organization tools, but the simple ones will cover most of the needs for most of our users, I would say, because maybe you have a few chats where you keep coming back to them, but then you have a bunch of quick requests, quick checkups with the LLM. And something like this is super simple. It doesn't require a lot of effort, and yeah, we hope it helps a lot of our users.
And you mentioned in there a few times, like we did this and we're working on these features in particular because we get a lot of user requests for them. So speaking to that a little bit, like my understanding is, we get lots of feedback. We're looking through it all and kind of organizing it, like which are the most like important issues to work on. But then also when we launch features, because to your point, people ask for all sorts of different things, and then we, and like you in particular, design, and you're like, well, I think this is going to be a satisfaction of a lot of people's requests, even if that's not exactly the thing they asked for.
Exactly.
And then we put it out, and then how do we know whether it worked or not? Like what are we looking at?
Yes. So, well, to answer your question, we see at usage in particular. We don't have, of course, data about particular users, but we know that roughly X amount of people are using this feature. We also know from social media, we got a little bit of love after posting that we launched this, and then the other thing that's a really interesting metric is we see the feedback coming in, and compare it with what kind of feedback we were getting a month ago, and we see a big decrease on chat organization requests. As I said, there's still things that we can do, and we're working on them, but we see a lot less people requesting for things like this, which is also good news.
I love that metric. I mean, because it really is, I guess we are lucky that we have enough users and enough sample size where we can be like, wow, chat organization as a category, we can ascribe feedback to, and now it's like halved or whatever after these
Right.
features come out, right?
Yeah, so something we did for this project it's super interesting. It was fun for me to do was that we have this category, like chat organization, and then we get direct feedback from our users asking for a specific feature. I went and looked into all the feedback that was related to chat organization, and then I tried to see why were they asking for a specific feature. Some of them actually mentioned it. No, I want this so I can do that. And then those needs, I matched them with what type of features will work, even just by naming different types of features. No, you said this was sort of favorites, or it could be pinning, or it could be saved, or it could be bookmarked. We also have bookmarks in the browser. So how do we name the feature related to the benefit that I will have and the need that it will solve, but also how much effort will require from the users to actually get the benefit that they were asking for? No, create projects is a lot of effort, and they will get a lot of benefit, but not many people are willing to spend time organizing on their chats. But pinning is one tap away. So that's a sort of prioritization exercise that we did to define
Yeah,
exactly what
that's
are
a
the
super
features that
interesting
we're going to
point,
launch.
because like all different features have different levels of complexity for us to build, and then
Yeah,
also for the user to actually use, to your point. Like I've seen
right.
I've seen lots of requests for people wanting really complex
Yeah,
things, but then very small percentage of people would actually go through the effort to use those things. Whereas to your point here, pinning, especially the chat title is just automatic. You don't we get that
Yeah,
for free to everybody. But then the pinning is just literally just a one click. You don't have to type in a name for it. For a folder
exactly.
name, for example, you just get the pinning at the top.
Right. And in some cases, you actually need to go and give effort to the users in a way, because we thought automatic title would solve the problem. Like we just add automatic title to everything. That's it. And then by testing and seeing how some of the titles reacted, we knew that it's just not going to be bulletproof. Like in some cases, you want to have your own title. So we went back and say, okay, let's add a manual option, because then that way we're solving
You're like
everyone's
covered.
needs.
Yeah, you're covered.
Yeah,
At least there's a backstop. That's super interesting. So what's next, if anything? Are you moving on from chat organization at the moment, or are you thinking about some other kind of deeper aspects of it?
it's still there, and it's still one of our top requests. You mentioned that we're working on finding ways to give you a bigger list of bigger limits, have more chats, maybe syncing between devices. And we are also thinking about search, of course, so you don't have to read your whole list of chats, just go straight to that answer that you remember from a week ago. So those are things we're working on, and I'm sure there will be plenty more organization features we could do, but for the moment, that's a plan.
Sweet. Well, thank you. I'm excited to have you back. And someone, maybe I hope I'm the host, but somebody to talk about these more organization features in the future. But yeah, thanks for coming on, and thanks everybody for listening.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.